Hi, my name's Andre.
Παναγιώτης Παυλκάς.
I'm Nefeli Andreou.
Sophia.
I'm Stephanie.
Hi, I'm Irene Stylianou.
Melina.
And I'm Isaac.
What was your favorite moment of the exchange?
Hello everyone and welcome back to Just Ask Alumni. In today's episode we're going to be covering Mewġa, an event that we did with JA Alumni Cyprus last July. It was a weekend where alumni from Malta and Cyprus met together for workshops, activities and strategy planning for the future collaboration between JA Alumni Malta and JA Alumni Cyprus. In today's episode, we're going to be interviewing multiple people who attended the event on their experience throughout the event and their experience of the international alumni spirit. But before we get into the episode, we'd like to thank our sponsors and partners, the Agenzia Zaza and European Union's Programs Agency. Through the Invest scheme and Solidarity Course scheme, they're helping us a lot with a lot of our projects, so thank you to them. And would also like to thank Bolt and the Malta Food Agency, not only for their help throughout Mewġa, they made the event possible, but also for our future collaboration with them in the coming year. So thank you and hope you enjoy this episode.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your first international event, right? I think.
Yeah, it's the first time I'm traveling to an alumni event, and it has been a really great experience. I had interaction with alumni before from other countries, but of course it's different to come to their actual country, see their network in person, see their offices, see their monuments, their cities. It's a very different experience, and it just shows how someone who did a JA program and is still active in their alumni network, it shows how they can expand their networking and the opportunities they have with other alumni networks. And to be honest, that's why I originally continued doing alumni stuff after my participation, because I know that Junior Achievement was something bigger. It was something bigger than our national network. And it's really nice now with this collaboration to actually see it in action.
It's an amazing experience. Of course, we got to meet the new people, great personalities. We got to meet amazing places. We went to amazing beaches, once in a lifetime experience. It's just fantastic. The food is great, everything's great.
So, yes, this is my first international alumni event. It's also my first time working partially with the alumni, and I'm very happy with how it's gone.
What was your favorite moment of the exchange?
Oh, it's tough between going to the beach and meeting the people or the workshops, maybe the food as well. But the workshops were amazing and really interesting.
To be honest, I didn't have I didn't have high expectations or low expectations. I was like, go for it. See what they are planning for, experience it at the
time.
Yeah. Yes.
So for me, it was just like the same, just go with the flow, see what JA Alumni Malta prepared for us. Just to chill, make some connections, networking. I think I had low expectations because your island is much smaller than ours. We didn't have much things to see, some monuments, but I didn't expect Malta to have this many culture, and the architecture is amazing. And also, you guys prepared a great program, and we had the chance to experience the culture.
And when you heard about this opportunity, the Mewġa exchange, what were you thinking? Did you think like, wow, this is something I'd really be interested in? Were you incorporated in any way in the planning of this event, or did you just kind of enjoy the ride?
So when the Maltese team came to Cyprus in December, I went to like some part of the event, and I met the team, the 3 people that came, and they were like so welcoming, and the whole like atmosphere was great. It wasn't only the Cypriot team; it was some people from another country. So it was the whole atmosphere was a lot more elevated. Or no, what's the word? Elevated? Like
A lot more kind of. Maybe you want to explain it, like what you mean?
it was different. It
Had
wasn't
like
like
a
a casual
quality.
event we were doing. We invited other people, so we had to show our culture. They presented something to us. We had like a workshop. We networked. Yeah.
So it's like there was a level of quality to it that maybe not you wouldn't find in other events, but you really had to step up, kind of. Mm-hmm. Which I think
It was a different kind of event with a different level. It was like more
yeah.
elevated. Yeah, I think that's the word.
Yeah.
I said like yes from the first time she told me, because I think we should chase these opportunities because they don't come as often.
Okay.
I knew that we will come in July, so I said yes, of course. Get the chance to go to Malta. It's one life experience, and so go see new things, experience other cultures, meet new people, create new memories, and yeah, have fun.
Yeah.
Feel the spirit.
And obviously now the Cypriot team came to Malta. What did you think about Malta? Was it something that you expected and you got what you expected? Or was it something like, wow, I was thinking it was going to be one thing and I got a completely different thing to what I was expecting?
Honestly, I didn't have so many high expectations. Like I didn't want to like prepare myself to expect something. I went with the flow. But the organization, the program was amazing. The team is great. So you guys did a great job. We felt safe. We felt like we're home. From the accommodation, through like the workshop we've done, the food, the whole program. So it was very organized and free at the same time. So it was great. We
Okay.
we saw Malta, which was great. Like we went to a trip, so we saw the country. We tried the food, and we were with people with same interests. And we catched up. It's like we connected with like the December event. You guys came to Cyprus, and we came to you now. So it was like connected.
Yeah. And what would you say was your favorite moment of this exchange?
To be honest, my favorite moments were the moments where, of course, when we talked about our experiences and general achievement, but my favorite moments were the ones where we just interacted each other and got to know each other, because it just added a different part to the whole experience. Like, alumni are not just about work, it's not just about general achievement, it's also about getting to know people, getting to know their network, their country, their traditions, and I think that was the best part.
Okay. And what drew you to the alumni in the first place? Like, what made you say, okay, I finished the company program, it's been a year, let me join these people some more? Like, what drew you to the alumni community?
I'd say it was that first outreach while I was in the company program, learning what cool guys you are, I must say, and learning about the possibilities and the activities to continue learning and growing. It's like sticking with JA but you continue to learn and you continue to adapt, and it's less formal, less rigid. So you learn, but at the same time, you grow and you make friends.
It's been great. I'm in the programs department. So I've joined because I wanted to see the company program from a different perspective, kind of like the behind the scenes. And so I've seen the buddy system, how it works. I signed the buddies. We organized the advisory session, the events department, but it's part of the alumni, and some other events as well.
Okay. So what drew you to the alumni?
Honestly, the people at the trade fair, both times they were really friendly. They came and talked to us. Honestly, it was like we had someone always there that could support us. So that's
Okay.
basically it. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And what was your favorite moment here? So we obviously took you to a lot of places. We took you to a beach, traditional festa. What was your favorite moment?
Definitely the barbecue at the beach. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So you must have really liked the beach.
Yeah.
What about like the swimming? Did you enjoy? We took you to a lot of like swimming spots. So you liked the beach. Did you also like the swimming? Was the water nice? Was it what you expected? Was Malta what you kind of expected it to be, or was it completely different than what you thought was coming?
It's completely different than what I imagined, but in a good way. I was really shocked by how like scenic the Valletta is, how amazing like Mdina is. I mean, the architecture is amazing. It's something that amazes me. All the churches that you have, how you respect like your own land and you invest in it, because it's something that I don't really see in Cyprus. I love that you invest in your towns, that you invest in your people, and it's something that I don't really see in Cyprus. That's, yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I loved how we had the workshop with Peter, and then we went to like the beach. So it was like education and networking, and then relaxation. And we were in a different country, so we saw a place as well. So the exchange programs are great because they're programs, so they have to give you something back, like feedback, educational or something. And you are in a different country, so you see the culture as well.
For me, my favorite moment was Valletta, which combined both Old Town, like the architecture and the old buildings and the restaurants throughout the streets, but also it had like the port. You could see the sea and the small islands, and we also had the cannon experience, and that was like the highlight, I think.
Okay.
I am gonna agree with Nefeli, but I like the yesterday evening. Yes, at the festa, if
Yeah.
I called it correct.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't experience something similar to this with the fireworks. It's something different for us and something new.
You mentioned food. What was your favorite food that you tried here?
Wait, what I forgot the name of it. The Pastizzi.
Pastizzi. Yeah.
Pastizzi.
Yeah.
So
Which flavor? Which type?
I like the chicken one.
The chicken one. Okay, yeah, that's my favorite too.
But the peas were interesting.
No, definitely.
Honestly, my favorite was Pastizzi because it was like traditional street food. It wasn't something like over the top. It was just simple and great. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. So we had actually like given some food to the Cypriot alumni. What do you think they liked most? What do you think they'll say when we ask them what they like most?
From the Maltese food, I'd say pastizzi. I think people generally like most what they're used to, so they might say a burger. But the pastizzi for the Maltese food has to be.
Okay. And do you think that the food that the country has plays a role in its culture? Like, did you expect to have this kind of food when you came to Malta, or were you expecting something different?
I had no clue what Maltese food is. Like, it's not that popular.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So it was interesting. I liked it because like in a shell form, kind of. So it's like an island surrounded by sea, so maybe that's how it's connected. I don't know. But it was so cute.
Fair enough, fair enough. And like over the past 3 days, you've tried, I'm sure, a lot of different Maltese foods and a lot of, you know, traditional things. What would you say was your favorite traditional thing? Not necessarily food, maybe culture in terms of feast, or maybe architecture. Like, what was your favorite thing?
I really loved the architecture in Medina. It was a beautiful city, and it's. I like the glass jewelry that they had there. It was like the architecture was amazing, the view, and food-wise, I really liked Pastizzi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing. Pastizzi.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Well,
it.
what was your favorite flavor of pastizzi? Like your favorite filling?
Probably the cheese one.
The cheese one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a first. I think we've heard chicken. And peas so
Oh.
far. So now we've done all three. So that way we're not going to offend anyone.
Yeah, so all flavors are nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And do you think that like the Maltese Islands are welcoming? So like when you came here, we've had some people say like it was their home away from home. Did you feel like that? Did you feel very much at home, and like how do you feel?
Yeah, you guys, you're so welcoming to us. When I first met you, something connect us so quickly, and I believe that we have a connection that
Will stay.
will
Okay.
stay. And
I think because we're both islands, we're similar, like our culture is similar, and also our personalities fit and match. And yeah, we didn't have like any barriers between us.
I'm sure over like the two exchange programs, so both Step Up and Mewġa, you saw the differences in how both our networks operate. Would you say that we're really different in the way that we operate? And do you think it's good that different networks have their own styles? And what would you say we can learn from each other and how we can better our networks?
That's a great question. I feel that when I see you and your practices, I see a younger version of our network in a bit. People that are experimenting, that like taking risks, want to learn as much as possible from every opportunity and giving everything in the projects that they do. And this is how we were as well. Let's try that. Okay, that doesn't work. Let's do it in a different way. Now, because we've been more years in the whole network, we kind of stabilized some things. As we were discussing as well in our round tables throughout the weekend, we feel more safe in the projects that we have. So we stopped experimenting that much. And I feel that if you asked me the same question 3 years ago when I started, when it was the first time that we were implementing 2-day events, for instance, people staying in and like having like a 2-day thing, I would be like, this was a risk, but it went well, or it didn't went well. So I see a younger version of our network in you, and that's why it is so inspiring, because you're still in that process of learning and finding what is best for your network and what it's not. And because we are similar countries, I feel the culture that we work things, the style of the group and the network, it's very, very similar to Cyprus. And that's why we get along so well, I think.
Definitely.
But I definitely think that every country has its own style. That's why I'm sometimes against things being very universal, doing, for instance, the buddy program the same way in all countries. No, every country, because it has a different population, a different culture, a different lifestyle, those programs that are all the same in each network should be adapted to the different cultures. So yes, some countries do work the same way, others don't, and that's perfectly fine. And every network, it's in its own timeline, I think, and that's the beauty of it.
For sure. Earlier, you mentioned like you did your networking. So what does networking mean to you? Because I know some people have different definitions, or maybe they have different styles. What does your definition, or maybe JA Alumni Cyprus's definition of networking? What is it, and kind of what would you say your style of networking is?
I like to approach people first, one by one, and I introduce myself, get to know more about them, because I think that when you take the first initiative, then it's easier for the other person to feel familiar with you. So especially in a 3-day event, I feel like that initial interaction is needed, and which correlates with what I said before about an initial icebreaker. Because I think for some people, it's difficult to just go and start like putting themselves out there and start networking and talking about JA stuff, about life stuff, about uni stuff, about things they have in common. It's difficult for a lot of people to do that. And I think that's what networking means, essentially. Just putting yourself out there, and then networking is essentially done.
I think it's part of our culture, because we, like, as a community, we like make connections. Oh, I know that person, and then from that, from one person to another, then we form connections and like build on that. Like, it's like, I don't know how to explain it.
It's like maybe you start getting to know more people, and then you start seeing how even people whom you might not have imagined can help you in ways that, you know, maybe you don't see now, but maybe in the future. And maybe even meeting new people, it can be so interesting, because you realize that every single person is different and everyone has their own unique opinion and maybe thing to give, maybe.
So in alumni, through networking, or in general networking, I believe it's very important, because for example, in alumni events, you meet with people with similar ambitions or mindset, or experience. Most of them have been through some kind of program. So we share the same experience, and then catch up on what we are doing now in life. And in the future, you never know, our paths may cross again. So that's where networking is really important, because then you have people you may reach out to for help or company. It's just to feel safe, have an environment.
And do you think that the alumni is, you know, sort of the right place for you to be at your age for networking, for growing, for, you know, learning more people skills, and maybe having a more of a kind of a more well-rounded education rather than just the traditional theoretical stuff you get from college, uni, and all that, which, you know, is fair enough, but like, do you think that the alumni help you in achieving these goals?
Absolutely. I think non-formal education plays a massive role in becoming a much better person. If you're stuck purely on by-the-book subjects, you're never going to learn people skills. You're never going to learn to go out and do something. You're only going to learn how to work. And working is fine, yeah, but you need to learn to create stuff yourself. You need to learn to adapt, to grow, to be a creative person, I'd say.
How do you think a good networking event is tackled? What do you think there should be in order for it to be a successful event?
Okay, I think there should be a lot of speakers interaction with the speakers, so you can learn from people that had already started their businesses, their startups. Also, what we did, we exchanged our ideas, our events, and we also talked about how we recruit new alumni, how to make them feel welcome in our boards, and also share the alumni spirit in general.
Okay.
I'm gonna add on Nefeli, have more fun activities, having the workshops, but have also activities that bring us more together, create memories, fun memories, add games to them, because you will remember the fun moments and the games and the food.
Yes, food, very important.
The food is very important.
Very
And a lot of snacks. In Cyprus events, we add a lot of actually snacks, food, sweets, fruits. So as a Cypriots, we love food, so
We love food and coffee.
coffee and snacks, yes.
Yeah, we're gonna take note of that. That's a really good idea. We'll get more
Yeah,
food to our events.
definitely.
But your food, it was, I was never hungry. I was full all the time.
That's
So
very good.
you're okay.
That's very good. I know for sure a certain chef is going to be very happy to hear that, for sure.
And the food was delicious from your father.
I'm very sure he's going to be happy to hear that too. And what have you learned from like the 3 days you've been with us? Because now you've been with us for almost 3 days straight, so you have to have learned something.
I've learned surely the amount of dedication the team puts in, which is beautiful to see. And I've learned it's not all work as well, because when I was entering alumni, I thought it was going to be like volunteering, just working, but no. These are a group of friends, chill, relaxed. Work is needed and work is done, but there's that separation between work and also just being friends, which is, it's bloody awesome, and you don't see it much nowadays.
If you were to take, so you mentioned that you've been in the network for 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. So what do you think you've learned the most? Would it be, for example, determination, perseverance? Would it be, what message do you think you got from it the most? What was the most important skill that you've learned?
So many, but I've become a team player, I would say. Entering the competition, JA, and leaving, I like being in charge. I like taking responsibility. I like leadership roles. Like it comes natural to me. This is where I think I can give most in a team. But when I entered the alumni, I feel like I learned to be a better team player. I learned to value others' opinion, to step back sometimes when it's needed, for sure. And when you see someone believing so much in their idea or in their opinion and you don't, sometimes it's better to, okay, try it out. If it fails, okay. If it succeeds, I was wrong. And I have accepted that sometimes I can be wrong, you know. Sometimes we always say, okay, I'm always right, I know better, but that's not the case with the alumni, because everyone is so different, everyone has a different input, and sometimes being a leader isn't just making decisions or the final decisions, but it's also understanding your team and its needs. And I think that is really, really going to help me in anything I want to do in the future, not JA related, but in a workspace, in another team. I know what it comes natural to me, but I know that I need to adapt working in a team. And that's something that JA really, really helped me to understand. And the other thing with what I was mentioning before, with our international event not going as planned, that maybe you put so much work into something and then it doesn't go as you planned. And then you're like, why did it go wrong? Did I do something wrong? It was that, because you are the person responsible, you are the leader. So what did I do wrong? Sometimes many things can go wrong, but it's not completely up to you. Sometimes you need to just move forward, accept the failure, and try to find a solution. And I think JA helped me so much with that.
I hope I and all the other new alumni are as lucky to have that experience and hopefully those skills developed. Would you do something like this again? So if you were to be like offered another international trip, another trip maybe this time to a different country, maybe in Europe, maybe outside of Europe, would after this experience, would it be something you're open to, or like no?
Yeah, definitely. I am really open to this idea because I really want to get out of my comfort zone. I really want to experience things. I really want to basically, how do I put it? I really want to experience things in life. I don't want to let fear guide me. I want to get out of my comfort zone, experience things, meet new people, make new friendships. That's basically it.
100%. I love traveling. I love meeting new people. And this whole alumni atmosphere we have, like it's very unique. Once you are part of it or you experience even the slightest bit of it, you fall in love with it. It's so amazing. Like we connect so easily. It's like we're family, but like friends. But like we met like 2 days ago. So yeah, 100%. Because it offers me so much, and it's so simple at the same time.
So if you were to, have another international event, what would be something that you're looking forward to doing again or maybe improving upon? And what would you say is something that you would have changed, something that you would have made better to, be more effective, be, more fun maybe also?
Yeah. To be honest, the only thing I can think of for this event is that maybe in our first day, we could have done an activity first as a group, like an icebreaker or something, where we all said our names, our backgrounds, just so throughout the day we could know this is Isaac, he's the national coordinator, he did this, just so we could know where everyone is, because of course I did my networking, I got to know everyone, but sometimes sitting down from the very beginning to establish that is better. Yeah, that's my only comment, but other than that, everything was amazing. The whole event exceeded my expectations, because I know that this was your first international event, and because for an example, the first national event we did in Cyprus 3 years ago with an overnight stay. It was only for a day. It was a trial thing, was a pilot thing. So knowing that you guys put this out, it's really impressive, and congrats, really.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And earlier you mentioned that unfortunately this will be your final year in the Alumni Cyprus team. And my question to you is, how do you know when you've kind of outgrown your position and you need to kind of step up, you need to elevate, and you need to try the next big thing, the next challenge? How do you know when it's kind of time to take the leap, when you've absorbed all the necessary information to be able to take the leap comfortably?
I have rethinked my choice so much throughout these days. You don't understand. I was brainstorming new ideas, and me knowing that I will, of course, I will advise or I'll be there in those events, but I'll not be in the actual root of it. It's kind of heartbreaking, because you will see it as well. The more you are in the network, the more you kind of depend on it and want to learn more of it. You're eager, you're hungry to do more and stuff. And I'm still curious, and I still want to create more projects and programs for JA Alumni Cyprus. But I think when you start trusting your team, when you feel that the right people stepped up in those positions that you once were, and you feel that if you leave, there's not going to be much difference, that is when you say, it's time for me to step down. Because I personally don't want to step down now, as I told you, but I know that when I step down, I will give to other people which are ready to be in the position that I was. Our national coordinator right now, Nicolas, he couldn't be with us in Malta, but he was last year the vice coordinator, and he was kind of in training with me, and now he's the national coordinator. I was the international coordinator, and I see so much potential in him. So much potential, and I know when I completely step down, he will flourish, because he will be independent, and now he has all the knowledge and the resources to flourish on his own. So the right time to step down is when you have complete trust in your team. If you don't, you will never wanna. You feel like everyone is dependent on you, but when you stop being, that feeling stops, then it's time to step down. And I think it's the right time for me to step down, even though it's bittersweet.
Wow, I think that was actually a really good way that you phrased it, and I think everyone can understand it. So we all appreciate that. I know I did. And yeah, what would you say is something that you'd look forward to again?
Honestly, I look forward to seeing you guys again and continuing our relationship. And now that we all shared our programs and our initiatives and what we are best at, what we need improving on, I think that even if it's just a discussion that keeps going on, then I think that's very beneficial for the future. And just knowing other alumni in Europe is what I was looking forward to, because now we can all meet up in a different alumni event, like a summit or a conference or something, and we'll already be knowing each other. And I think that's the best outcome of this event.
Yeah, for sure. So now on to the final thing, which is basically, what would you say is kind of wise words or words of wisdom to your fellow teammates, to maybe the younger generation of alumni that have just joined, or current company program teams? Of course, as we know, the company program isn't currently ongoing, but maybe for next year, who knows? Kind of what would you tell them, wise words of inspiration or continuation?
To the current company program participants or to the ones that just finished, JA doesn't end when the competition ends. This is the most important thing. You can give so much more after the competition. It doesn't stop. Some participants are like, okay, the company finished, our firm is done, we're not going to continue it, we're done, let's move on. But the potential that the alumni networks of each country have, it's so much big, and sometimes participants don't see it. My words of wisdom: take a chance, make the leap, make the jump. You don't know what exactly this is. I didn't. I had no idea what alumni was. I just knew 2 alumni that helped me in my presentation. I was like, why not? I want to do the same. If you don't know exactly what it is, don't be scared. Just do it. Just try it out. You're not going to regret it for many reasons. Maybe it's just an adding to your CV. Maybe you organize something and you feel like that's your purpose, like I was. Or just have fun. Just have fun. Just make friends. For the last 4 years that I've been, I have met so many friends from the Cypriot network. People younger than me, older than me, different schools, different cities. I would never have this chance if I wasn't in the alumni. Not in the JA competition, because I was with my school, with my team. The alumni gave me that opportunity to form genuine connections. And after you form those national connections, you can go international. Some people that we met here, I can call my friends, my dear friends, calling them for something not JA related sometimes, and other people in the European network when you go to different events. So just try out JA Alumni. If you don't like it, obviously it's not for everyone, good, but at least you gave the chance to an alumni organization to give you that extra thing after the JA, and just have fun, make friends, form connections, and yes, stay active, stay connected with each other.
That's great. I think that's a good note to end on.
Thank you so much.
No problem, my pleasure.